Alright, hello and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIII. I am a little tired, but hopefully you can forgive me if my voice sounds a little dreary. I've been doing a little bit of research ever since I did that million Crystarium thing yesterday. Yesterday is in basically the episode, unless this episode is being released on the same day as that episode, but otherwise it's a day after in real life for me. But I have been looking up a few things, and one of them has to do with these giant dinosaurs. They're known as Adamantoids, and you may remember that name from Final Fantasy VIII, my Let's Play of it, or from nearly any Final Fantasy game. Nearly, I'm not sure what games they're in, what games they're not. Adamantoids, they're basically the strongest enemy in the whole game, I'd say, because of how much... I say strongest, I don't say defense. I don't say, like, hardest to beat. They're not hard to beat, they're very strong. The way you beat them is basically you stagger each of its legs, and then when both of its legs go down, its head drops, and you can basically beat the crap out of its head while its legs are coming back to life. But enough about that. I'll explain what I have to do with that soon. At the moment, I want to do the Seath missions, and I've got a map in front of me, and I've got a layout. I probably won't read the guide, but I've got a map of where all the Seath stones are. And, hang on, let me see, where's my map? There it is. So, the map... basically this Seath stone right here, that's number 1. And the map I'm looking at, everything is tilted in an opposite way to this, because that's the original way it's meant to be. That's the way it looks as if you're coming out of this area. When you're facing towards, when you're facing with your back towards this, the map, you don't have to know, you're not looking at the map, I am. But I'll be following basically where all these sea stones are, and I'll be jump cutting to such. But otherwise, yeah, that's sea stone. What I want to talk about though is the Adamantoids now. Now that I've talked about it, I'm going to do the Seath missions, which I don't really see why I said that was going to take a while. It seems that there's 2 ways to beat an Adamantoid, and one of them is called the Death Strategy. Death Strategy is basically Vanille has a saboteur skill called Death, and it has roughly a 1% chance of actually working on a monster, but not a boss, I'm guessing. It's similar, I think there's like a skill in Final Fantasy VIII where they did it. But it basically kills the enemy automatically. But if it doesn't kill them, it just does a bit of damage. I think I remember it in Final Fantasy VIII actually. In Final Fantasy I, maybe? I don't remember. But it was very annoying. But I'm not going to go by that guide because I don't like chances. The thing I am liking though is that admin toys actually give you 40,000 CP. So if I can actually get to the point where I can kill these guys without breaking a sweat, and just repeatedly beat them up, I could get faster CP than the flying guys, the whatever the name is, Amphisbaena. But basically what you have to do with Adamantoids is I need tier 2 weapons, which means I need the components to fully upgrade my weapons, and then have the piece of item that allows me to evolve that weapon into a tier 2 weapon. So like evolving the Gladius into a star, and then leveling it up into a star rank, and then evolving that. Same with Fang's weapon, and same with Zaz's weapon, for example. I will be sticking with those teams, but their roles are going to be a little different. First of all, I need everyone equipped with a Gaian ring, an Entite ring, and if possible another physical resistance accessory, because the Adamantoids actually do about 12k damage, or something like that. I think it's closer to that, but with the physical defense thing it will do a lot less, and if I can get my health up faster with items, then that will even be better. Fang needs to be the leader, and I need a Genji glove on her, no Overwatch puns, so she can have uncapped damage, because she has the biggest damage in the whole game. So with a Genji glove, it will make it so much better. But that's basically all I need. The problem is where I get those weapons, where I get those accessories. I'm thinking of the people that have 3 accessory slots, which is basically everyone now. Put a gain ring, put an end-tide ring, and that's only for 3 people, so I only need 3 of them. And then maybe, if a physical accessory, ow, my head. If a physical accessory isn't needed, then I'll go for a HP accessory, because I'm not sure how high my HP is going to be. I do think it would be best to go for high HP users, but I'm not really sure yet. But either way, their paradigms will need to be all the same. Like, they have to be ones where you're all synergists, so you can buff yourself very fast. We'll need one with all 3 medics, which will heal ourselves fast and stuff like that. But where you get the gain ring, I'm going to be naming these. So, gain ring. The way you get the gain ring is you need something called a clay ring, and then you upgrade that to star rank, and then evolve it into something else. And then, I think it's called a, siltstone ring. Siltstone? I don't know. Oh! I just realized you get it as a reward from Mission 39 of the Sea Stones. So that's actually useful. I don't need a clay ring after all. But then again, if I dismantle an earth charm, I get a clay ring anyway. Siltstone only needs about 4,880 XP. Which is level 6, I think it is. And then you evolve with a Uranite. I should have that, but you do get it as a reward later on, if I remember right. Gaion Ring, you can't get it by any other means besides upgrading a Siltstone, though. And the Gain Ring, I'm not sure if everyone will need that, but I will be able to get more because I can just dismantle my Earthstone. And there should be a Clay Ring in the Arclight Steppe Eastern Tours. Pardon me. The next thing we'll need is an End-Tide Ring. It's a drop from Barthendelus first battle, but I don't think I have one. That's the problem. I checked. So it's meant to be an accessory. It's called an End-Tide Ring. Ah, I do have one, actually. Increases all element resistance by 10%. Now that says element resistance. I'm a little worried that doesn't mean physical, but I will trust this guide, because this guide is my only hope. I don't need to upgrade that one, so I don't need to worry about the XP. Though, then again, I would prefer it to be upgraded because it does say fully upgraded accessories, because they work better when fully upgraded. I don't know what these chocobo things are, but it says chocobo 15th treasure. You get another End-Tide Ring from there. And you get another End-Tide Ring in Chapter 12. That's something I'll explain very soon. The next thing we'll need is a Genji's Glove, and you get a Genji's Glove... I think it's like Mission 63 or something. No, there's like a few missions before that as well, but I don't remember when. Hang on a second, I'm just gonna read up on this. Genji Glove. Mission 51, Mission 62, and Mission 63. We are definitely not going to be able to get on Mission 62 or 63, because Mission 63 involves beating something that's much worse than the Adamantoids. Yeah, that's mainly... I think the reason there's 3 of them in 3 different missions is because you can't get it by any other means. And, what do you call it? And by getting 3 of them means all 3 of your characters can do uncapped damage. So yeah, pretty OP. So yeah, that's all the things we'll need. That's why I'm going to be doing the Seath missions, because you get a lot of awesome rewards from them. After I do the rewards thing, I am actually tempted to do it now. And I probably will, because it will just be useful. I was hesitant because I want to be able to put some gameplay in, because last episode was just Crystarium grinding, literally. But I really want to dismantle the stuff that I will not be using. And basically, this is going to sound stupid, but due to how much health I've got now and stuff like that, I think the only things I will be using are the items I need for the Adamantoids. Because if they can protect me from an Adamantoids, I think they can protect me from everything else. But I will be keeping things like a large amount of health boosts and large amount of protection. But otherwise everything else will be dismantled, and then I'll be using those components to elevate my weapons to tier 2, basically star rank, and then finding out what makes it evolve. So, while I'm doing this, I'll explain. Where's the save point? There it is. Zaz, you're hiding it. It seems that I can actually continue with the story now, and later on you can go back to Grand Pulse via a warp hole, or something like a warp in Chapter 13. So I would love to do that now. Honestly, I would do anything to do that now. But the reason I don't want to do it is because I want to do the Sea Stone missions. And I could do them, but I just want to feel like I want to get the items needed and then try versing Element Toys once I have the chance. And if I can't beat him, I can't beat him. Okay, I get it. But if I come close, that's awesome. But the reason that it's better to do the story first, there's two reasons for this because they're not connected. The reason I want to stay, I want to do the Seath missions. I want to get a feel of them. I want to be able to get some out of the way, and then when we come back later, we can start working on destroying the Adamant Toys and gaining a lot of CP to maximize our Crystarium. Now, the reason I want to continue with the story before beating an Adamant Toys is because we'll have our Crystarium expanded like 3 times. Chapter 11 expanded, Chapter 12 expanded, final boss in Chapter 13 expanded, and then you can come back to Grand Pulse. I think the game continues after you beat the game, unless, of course, you go back to an old save point, which would suck. In which case, I'm not sure if your Crystarium expands then. But I know it expands in Chapter 11 and 12, which means we'll be getting a lot more HP, which will be awesome. So if we can end up after Chapter 12, and when we get to the warp hole and everything, if we can go back to Grand Pulse and just do the rest of the Seath missions, and get the Genji's glove, get the items and accessories, we can start destroying the Adamant Toys, gaining their CP, and elevating our Crystarium more than ever. So yeah, that will be awesome. So first of all, let's do all the things. Sort list of type, yeah, that'll be useful, I guess. You obtain the Transformer, nice. Transformer. Whoa. Maximum HP by 400, that's nice. Well, I'm not going to get rid of those anyway. I'm going to get rid of that. Going to get rid of that. So I'm hoping these turn into components. I mean, I doubt all of them will turn into components, but I'm hoping most of them do. Increases magic by 100. I've got a lot of magic on me already. I don't really concentrate on the strength and magic things. Well, I mean, I concentrate on the strength, but the magic, I don't really use Ravager for damage. I use Ravager for stagger. So I don't really care about magic that much. Unless, of course, the more magic you have, the more chance you have of raising the stagger more. I don't really know. But either way. Ember Ring. Don't really think I need those. The thing about the resistance to, like, single elements is that you never know what type of enemy's gonna have what. Unless, of course, there's fire all around them, and obviously it's fire. But if it's an all-element thing, then it's very useful. Like the Entide Ring. Or, I think it was the Entide. Full lightning resistance? No. So, yep. Increases both physical and magic resistance. Increases magic resistance, okay. Ooh, it's a lot. Wind resistance. Deprotect? Oh, deprotect resistance. Okay, so now these are debuffs. Cause protect when HP is low. I don't want to get my HP low. Cast shell at the start of the battle. Not really. I'm good. Cast veil when HP is low. No. Cast shell when HP. No. Cast bravery when HP is low. Cast faith. Cast faith when HP is low. No. What's this? Cast fail. Yeah. Occasionally absorbs earth damage as HP. That does turn into the clay thing. And occasionally absorbs... Yeah, I don't need it. Yeah, clay ring, nice. Occasionally absorbs lightning damage as HP. Nah, I'm good. Occasionally absorbs... No. Doctor's codes are actually pretty useful. They double the restorative effect of items. But I'm going to dismantle one to see what I get. Ooh, I get Fortisol and stuff. I don't need them. Increases the odds of obtaining items after battle. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, that's nice. I'm not getting rid of that. It restores a small amount of TP each time an enemy is defeated. Don't really need it. I already get a lot of TP. And I barely use TP now. Like, I'm not saying that I will be able to destroy everything because I can't destroy the admin toys, obviously. But I can destroy a lot of things now. I can kill a lot of things easier, even bosses most likely later on. So if you kill something, you know what its weaknesses are instead of just using Libra. Libra is really only if it's a boss and you're worried, like you don't know what its weaknesses are going to be and you want to find out. But I use it sometimes just for the sake of using it, and mainly because it's like, oh, you know the weaknesses now, auto battle will go to these things automatically, and I like that. But yeah. What was I saying? But Libra, TP isn't really used for any other things. If Renew was 1 TP each, I'd use it more. But it's 2, so I'm better off just waiting to use Raise. So yeah. So yeah, I'll get rid of that. 3 mats of black mycelium. Okay. Cannot dismantle an equipped accessory. No worries, I won't. So yep, that's that. Okay, so Hawkeye. Wild Bear. Belladonna Wand. Is that one good? I really need to work out which weapons can be actually upgraded, because if I end evolved or whatever, because if I end up upgrading all of these and they can't actually be evolved in the end, that's going to be a lot wasted. So I'm not going to get rid of that weapon. I'm not going to get rid of any weapons, honestly. I don't want to risk that. I got rid of 2 weapons just then. But yeah. Alright, so which weapons can be upgraded? So that was rather annoying. I just spent, I don't know how long, maybe 20 minutes reading up on the weapons that's good in these games. They're not the best weapons, but part of them, they're not the best when it comes to stats, but at the same time they are at just a little bit. But I'm gonna get the Lionheart for lightning, which I am very happy is in this game. I didn't know the Lionheart was in this game, but I love that weapon ever since it became OP with its Renzo Kuken on Final Fantasy VIII. Holy shit. We've already got this one, but for Zars, we're going to get the Wriggles. We've already got that. We got it in Chapter 10. In this area, in the wait, no, not in Arclight. In Oerba, in Chapter 11, there's a thing called the Taming Pole, Fang. In Chapter 12, in Eden, I shouldn't have said that because that's a spoiler. I'm just reading what it says. But it's probably obvious. We got Eden. But, Rebel Heart. And then in Chapter 12... wait, no. The Rebel Heart is for... Snow. That's it. And for Hope, the Occhiovani in Chapter 12 for Hope. We've already got Vanille's probably her best weapon. The Bandela Wand. I don't know when we got it. But it improves her Saboteur debuffs. So it gives her a chance to put the debuffs on more. Now, I've spent like 20 minutes talking about this. I'm sorry about that. I really want to get this out of the way so then we can just grind completely. So my idea for this is I'm going to do heaps of side missions, and I'm not going to focus on leveling my weapons. Mainly because leveling the weapons will be a lot of work. I'm going to need a lot of gil, and that's only if my components that I have already don't do much with the level up. I've realized that there are two different types of components. Organic and systematic. The ones you get from robots and the one you get from actually living things. The ones you get from living people, organic ones, they don't do much level ups, but the more you use them at once, the more you get a multiplier on your weapon. So like using 36 of sturdy bones gives you a ×3 multiplier. So if you then use a systematic component like a credit chip or an incentive chip, I got heaps of those I think. You get them in chapter 9. I should have grinded back then, to be honest. Too late. But I'm not going through all that again. But what do you call it? What was I saying? Right. Sorry, my mind just went out. Yeah, if you use it on if you use systematic things on a ×3 multiplier, it literally does heaps. It times it by 3. Like if it's 3,000, it's now 9,000. That kind of thing. So if we can get something that sells for like a lot of gil from enemies, and then we can use that to sell and get more gil, and then we can buy stuff from a shop, that will improve our chances. Now, I'm not saying we'll be done with this straight away. I would love it if we were, but I don't think we'll be able to be done with this for ages. And I don't really think we'll be done by the time we beat Chapter 11, because, as I said, we're only doing the side missions. I still want to get everyone's ultimate weapons, or at least what I call ultimate. Lionheart's the only ultimate weapon that I know of. And stuff like that. So, otherwise, without further ado, let's get into the Seathern things. I need to find out which one I'm up to. Okay. We are in the, I don't know what this place is called, Philip things. Use my controller. The Hadrian Archaeolypse. We didn't actually explore this area. We left it accidentally. Well, I mean, not accidentally. It was on purpose. But there is a sea stone down here, and it's number 7. The one we missed. Hi. Whoa. It's a Dimu. Or at least something close to it. I don't know. Now let's see. Wind slash. Okay. I can deal with that, don't worry.
Thank you.
Thank you. Just make sure you put as much stuff on them as you can. I do not know how I staggered them, but I guess they were weak to saboteur things. Okay. I can deal with that. Any items? Any cool items? There's an item. By the way, it's the reason I'm getting the wriggles for Zars is because there was another weapon that's not really beating it, but it's still great, and I wanted to get that one. But you get it back in Chapter 3. And I didn't find it. It turns out it's encased in a crystal on the far left tube. And I do remember the tubes. Oh, Seath. I do remember the tubes. You have to walk across them. But I didn't know there were multiple of them. Like, god damn it.
Time for a change.
Ugh. Seath, you die by my hand. Sheesh, I'm doing no damage at all. It was the bloody protection things. Put on some brave. Ooh, stagger.
Don't want to lose, do ya?
It's funny how I said I'm really OP now, but the enemies still have high defense, which makes it horrible. I hate the high defense. There's the power chain. There we go.